Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to do this piece of blue agate that I thought was, that I was thinking at one time. I'm not sure anymore whether it was, oh crap. I remembered the name right before I started, right before I sat down in my chair. Oh, out of Washington. Certain type. Oh well, I'll figure it out and put it on before I get done. I'll probably remember it as soon as I stop thinking about it. But I'm just going to kind of oval it off. I'm going to lose quite a bit of agate because I'll have to get this side rounded. So it's not going to be all that big. It's not going to be a perfect oval, but and I'm going to try to get the sides steeper so that maybe you can see some of the fortification lines in it. These ones will probably clean up a little further in, especially once I start rounding it. I'm going to use that as the top because it's got all that smoky quartz on the top of it. And Ellensburg blue. That's I knew I'd remember it as soon as I stopped thinking about it. But I don't really care for that quartz. It won't shine, and it's just nasty looking, ugly. Looks like limonite stained more than smoky quartz. But if you look at it from the side where I cut it, it is dark. Whereas on the top, it kind of looks like it's stained. When you get to the areas that are almost don't have all that extra stuff in it, that's probably limonite rust on the top of it. But anyway, here we go. I'm going to start this on the 220 and see how it goes. See how fast it's taking stuff off. And if it's not taking it off fast enough, I'll go over to the 80 grit. That's pretty nasty. I don't like the way that's reflecting the light back, but I don't like it's got all that rust down in it. Crystal quartz is pretty clear on the side of there, but you can see there's rust underneath it and mixed into it also, so we're going to still take it off there because it's not going to shine properly anyway because it'll keep busting out crystals. And I think it's quartzite because it's coming off really easy. Or not quartzite, but calcite. It's really soft. Okay, let's go to the 80 grit. That's just going to take forever. Coming off fairly fast, but just not fast enough for me. I'm an impatient old fart. Got a fracture going along through there. Just now noticed it. I should have noticed. Well, I just got down to that. But you can see it up here where I haven't done a whole lot. But I think it's healed. But it's stained, and I don't like that. Well, it don't matter whether I like it or not, it's going to have to come off. There's another fracture coming down this way. It goes over to here. That's where this fracture ends. Okay, we're going to a change in pattern. I got the fracture coming across there. You see that rusty line going across. And then the other fracture comes down from here and goes down to this notch here, the end of the fractures in the bottom of that notch, that rusty area. So that whole piece is going to have to come off. And I might as well grind down past this one here while I'm at it. But let's round this top off first. This side. I don't see that fracture on the back side. But that don't mean it's not there. I think I left a little bit of a rusty line like that in the last one I did. The first one I did. I've only done one out of the 4 pieces I got. trying to get that spot right there out. I was thinking it was rust, but it's clear blue. It's just got some. It does have a little bit of rust in it, I think. But it's not a pocket. It's not a pit. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it gets to be a pit. Looks like some kind of mica in there underneath, maybe around that. I don't know if I can get it to show up. Won't be able to see as far away as these cameras are. I think I got them a little too far. Let's move them over just a touch. I think I had it closer the other day. Oh, that's my hand. Kept seeing something underneath my finger, or right in here. It looked like a light source, but it was this. It looks like it goes a little deeper than I thought too. Might not be a very thick stone. I probably ought to stop taking off back here and start rounding here in order to get it correct. And I don't want to lose all that upper blue, but it kind of thins out and turns more white. Flake of that mica, or whatever the heck that was. I think I'm going to drop down to the 220 grit now because I don't want to lose much more of this, and it's going to get awful light. But I got to take care on how much of this I take off too, because it looks like it's opening up into some good patterns in that blue agate. Hopefully you can see that. I know I can't keep my hands real steady, but I'm trying. And I shouldn't be moving it as much as I do, but I'm looking at the light when I'm moving it to see if I can get the reflection across the front of it. So it's making it a little tough to figure out. Still got a little bit of yellow in this side here. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna try not to do much more with that side. It's It's got some eyes in there. It looks like some plume fortifications. Like everything was kind of pushed up and then bubbled up at the top. I don't know if you'll be able to see that. See how that turns out on. It's still got a little bit of yellow in it, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. I think it's going to have some pits in it too. Lint. I've got my shape, and I'm going to leave some of that, what I thought was quartz on there, because there's 2 pieces of mica there. I'm hoping I can get them to shine up a little bit maybe, or at least still show up after I've polished it some more. I'm hoping it seems like there's agate on top of it, is what I'm getting at. I'm hoping there's agate on top of it, because you can see them winking back. Maybe I kept it dry. If I'd have done that dry earlier, it would have showed up better. Those are all kind of a piece of mica. And that's dry. But they all kind of reflect something. Whichever way you got to turn, they all kind of shoot the light back at you. And there's a little bit of a fracture here, but it doesn't go all the way through. And I think it'll polish out. It looks just, it's just a layer basically. It didn't heal as well as the rest of it. Still had some 80 grit scratches there or something. Coming off to the side like this. I better look at this again, dry it off. On this backside, seems a little softer than the rest of the agate. Yeah, I may have some 80 grit scratches in there, going crossways. I know I got 220 grit scratches going crossways. I don't think I'd run this yet long ways. Of course, not much difference in the two. There may be little bugs too. That might be what all that white is quartzite or quartz crystals, smaller quartz, micro quartz crystals. As you can see, a few little bugs right in there. I might be able to get that polished out. This will probably come out too, as soft as this stuff is on the back. Well, as soft as it seems. We'll find out how soft it is with the next wheel. And I think I'm going to go ahead and go to the next wheel and see what happens. If I end up having to go back, I can always go back and take those yellow parts off. I'm going to go to the next wheel and see what happens. Go to 600. I'd like to keep that on there. I could. That's putting bigger scratches, I think, than the... Yeah, that's putting bigger scratches than I got off of the 220. Yeah, 280 is. More water on it than I had on it to begin with. Next wheel. This might be done. It's been an hour, maybe hour and a half. Okay, I'm back. Power's back on. Trying to decide whether I can go to the next wheel or not. And I think I probably should not. Oh, and this thing's been dripping the whole time? Luckily it wasn't on very far. That's twice that happened. Once when I went out to check the water, or check the power, when I come back in, it was still on. So I think I'm gonna call that good on that wheel. Both those wheels. All those wheels. And go over to this one here and see if I can't get it to start shining better. Of course, I didn't get much better shine than this on that agate, I don't think. You know what? I'm not going to be able to save that mica. I'm down past the mica now, there it's just color. And it's scratching up so much that it's not going to... I'm getting some shine out of it, but there's so many pits in this one. And this one's got pits in it, and it's scratched up. This one's got pits in it. They kind of, these ones kind of look like they're underneath some agate, but they're also scratching different. And I think it's gonna, judging from the patterns that's coming out from underneath it, I may be better off just taking that all off. So let me drop back to the 280 and take the rest of that off. I think it'll take it off. Let me readjust the camera here a little bit. You can see what I'm doing over there. Let's try that. See if I can keep it on there. Still, I've got back to where I've got mica again. And there's a lot less of the yellow, so, but I've got a bug opening up right there. Still got water. Thinking that might have been what I was just trying to get off just now. Something similar anyway. And it's off. I just stone off with my hand and then didn't dry off my hand. When I went to dry it up the second time, I got all the water I just took off up the first time right back on my hand. I'm brilliant, ain't I? those edges don't want to level around as good, because I think it's because the outer this outer section is a little harder. Same with down here. Okay, next wheel. Even flat spots, because this darker blue stuff's a little bit harder, or the clearer blue, I guess you could say, is a little bit harder, and it was just not wanting to stay rounded. It was have steps with flat ledges. Okay, I think I'm down far enough where I can go to the 3000 finally again. Make sure all these are off. Come on. There you go. Okay, I'm going to call that good on this machine, but I'm going to show it to you, and then rather than watch it make you sit through another 5 minutes of crap watching me put this to the aluminum oxide, I'll do that off camera. I'm going to have to move the cameras, but at least this way when I get done I can just do it on the one. The back side's a little bit on the dull side, but I think that's because of that it's softer. And you can tell it's got different darker blue and lighter blue areas. Oh, wait a minute. I'm not done yet. Make sure that's the only one. got. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to move these cameras, so I'm gonna go ahead and move one of them back along with the lights that I never did turn. That's why it's so dark since I got back. I never turned on the 2 lights that I got behind my cameras. My 2 photography lights. I almost forgot. You know, you've been watching this whole time. I was going to show you the stone, and I started to do that, and that's when I noticed all the spots that I hadn't there we go. So you can see how kind of cloudy looking that part looks. You can see the edges of the areas where I've still got, that's those kind of lines I was talking about, what you could see there, but they will come out. Some of it's that, and some of it's just the edge of the light. But I'll show you again when I get it run over the aluminum oxide. Okay. So here's the final product. I should have switched glasses. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. So here's the finished product. Yeah, it's not doing me any good to look over top of those glasses. I put them on for a reason. So I can't see through the other ones. You see it shining a little better. That's the back. And then here's the front. Now let me do a zoom in here. Doesn't look like, let me look again at, I was getting ready to look under these glasses for some stupid reason. Well, I guess I did ground off all the top section of that top piece that was still showing that it was mica. But you can see that they're deeper than they're set in from the rest of the stone, all those yellow spots. But there's a lot less of them. But I kind of like the pattern and the white and the blue around them. I think it's a good looking stone. And then there's the back again on the close-up. Put my hand behind it, but then I can't see it. So it went out of focus, I think. May just have been me, but so I'm looking over top of my glasses again. So anyway, that's the video. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Leave a comment. I like comments. I've only had 5 or 6. 2 of them from my cousins. So yeah, I guess 6. All I did had 2 comments from 1 cousin, so I guess that's I didn't count that as a 6th person. I counted it as just a comment instead of 2. But I don't know why I'm going running on and on and on. But anyway, thanks for watching. This should come out. I've got 3 up that I've edited. I'm trying to edit ahead a little bit with some of the old footage, so that I got time to do new footage and mow the yard and clean the house and clean my shop. I haven't done that yet. It's spring. It's about time to do some spring cleaning, and I'll probably wait till May to go down to my older brother's in Florida, or in Shreveport. So I'll go ahead and I'll put this one out next, because I've had 3 old ones up there, I think, so far. Maybe 2. But I'll put this one out either Wednesday or Friday. And probably wait till Friday. I don't know. It depends on how long it takes me to edit it. I haven't edited it yet. So anyway, please stay tuned for the next one. You'll know it'll be either a Sunday, Wednesday, or Friday, but other than that, and sometimes it might be late on one of those days, especially if I'm having weather problems, because I'm doing all my stuff off the cell phone. I'm using this hotspot on my cell phone to send it in, because my satellite internet, it drops a signal at the drop of a hat. Bird fly in front of the dish, it'll drop the signal, and then your upload's done. It won't start over again. You can hit refresh all you want, but it won't start over. There I go ranting again. So have a nice day, and see ya.